I'm struck that even Christians sideline the cosmic element of the gospel. I think also that they sideline the general biblical development of the gospel. It all becomes a personal enlightenment quest. The final issue is individual salvation. The biblical witness is reduced to the individual, and the Bible is reduced to a guide to getting the most out of life. This is not the full Christian message. And in fact, it's a distortion that obscures the gospel. Buddha, for example, left his wife and family to find and deliver himself. And when he speaks, he tells others how they can deliver themselves. Ease your pain. The whole mass of cosmic suffering is reduced to how I can get deliverance from it as an individual. Buddha sought personal escape, and Christ came to ransom others. Buddha avoided suffering, and Christ embraced it. Buddha denied suffering, and Christ transformed it. Buddha preached, save yourself by your good works and your avoidance of desire. Earn your way out. And Christ made it all grace and says, I am your way out. Buddha laid self-salvation on the backs of the voiceless and defenseless and the marginalized. And Christ took the salvation as his mission and destiny. Buddha preached a yoke nobody could bear. Christ offered his own yoke. And he says, it's easy. Individualism is not the biblical spirit. It's certainly not what the scriptures teach God has in mind for us. A poet put it rivetingly well when she put it like this. The Lord said, say we. But I shook my head, hid my hands tight behind my back and said stubbornly, I. The Lord said, say we. But I looked upon them, grimy and all awry. Myself, in all those twisted shapes? Ah, no. Distastefully I turned my head away, persisting. They. The Lord said, say we. And I, at last, richer by a hoard of years and tears, looked in her eyes and found the heavy word that bent my neck and bowed my head. Like a shamed schoolboy, then I murmured low, we, Lord, not my God, but our Father. Buddha self-centered, horrified by suffering, fled from it for personal salvation. Christ, other-centered, horrified by suffering, ran and embraced it to save the world. Buddha said, I'm not the way. Seek it elsewhere. Christ said, I am the way. You don't need to look elsewhere. Buddha said, you have to bear your own burden and hope to save yourself that way. Christ said, I bear your burden, and you're saved in and by me. Buddha said, think only of a final death that ends your suffering. Christ said, think only of me and find life that ends your death.